So I gotta apologize for this video being so late. I initially recorded about 30 minutes with Facecam and I edited a bit of it, and I just did not like the tone that I was coming across with. I was very depressed, and I'm still very depressed. I'm just trying to have a more positive tone. This is definitely the hardest video I've ever had to make. Talking about this is tough for me as somebody who pours his heart into this team as a fan, and then now covering it, being at the game last night and seeing that happen live. It was heartbreaking. I saw many Blazer fans crying. It didn't matter what age they were. That arena was full of tears. That was one of the hardest things I've ever seen. Like, I cried, I'll admit it, and I don't really cry at much. That brought me to tears. Just the way Nurkic embodies the city and is representative of the city, I love it. He goes hard at people on the court, but he's a genuine guy off of it. He's a fun, lighthearted, caring person. It's just like he gets hurt, and then you hear about, oh, a day ago he came over to Dame's house for his 1-year-old son's birthday. Like, Nurkic just wanted to spend time with him. That's the type of person Nurkic is. I was so proud of the way that this dude progressed this year, the work that he put in, and he was a sneaky candidate for Most Improved Player of the Year. This dude became a legit all-star level player, guy with an all-star level impact. And it sucks that a season that he was having that I was very proud of comes to an end like this. It sucks, man. One thing I want to do is have you guys submit up to 30-second videos that I'll stitch together into one of you guys just wishing Nurkic well, and we'll tweet it at him, and hopefully he sees it. Maybe not, but I think it would be something cool just to give you guys 30 seconds just for a chance to wish him well, to say some things that maybe uplift his spirit. It's going to be very hard for him dealing with this injury mentally, and Blazer fans have been awesome with the outpouring of support and the outpouring of love towards him, and this just could be another thing we do. So if we move forward with it, I'll post something on Twitter with a link where you can submit your videos. Just record something with your phone. That's all it has to be. And that link, I'll also post it in the community tab on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. I would love to get a bunch of you guys submitting videos that we could stitch together and send to him. So now I just want to get into a message to the fans. I know it's very easy to be doom and gloom and, oh, our season's over, we have no chance of winning a game. I've seen a lot of writers and reporters saying we're going to be lucky to not get swept and stuff like that, but this team still has a lot of very good players on it. We have bigs that'll be able to step up. Zach Collins has been playing better lately, and his Cantor isn't really much of a drop-off from Jusuf Nurkic offensively. You know, he's not quite Jusuf Nurkic offensively, but he's pretty close. Obviously, his defense struggles, but we do have some talented bigs, and we have the big man depth to be able to replace Nurkic better than we ever could. And with Cantor leaving in the summer most likely, if there was ever for a year for this to happen right before the playoffs, I think it would be this one. Offensively, I still think we'll be able to have an offense that's able to outscore teams. Our defense is definitely going to take a huge hit, but we have an elite offensive team, and it might just come down to us just having to outscore teams. And that's not to understate Jusuf Nurkic's impact. He had a huge impact on this team, and this is a huge blow. But we got guys like Dame and CJ McCollum. They're mentally tough. They're guys that are going to step up and carry this team. I don't put anything past Dame. No matter how bad the situation is, that guy is known to step up. Without CJ and Nurk, I'm expecting Damian Lillard to do his best James Harden impression and go for 40. This dude is really going to try and put the team on his shoulders, and he's definitely talented enough to do so. We're in the 3rd seed right now. We're a loss ahead of Houston, and Houston ends up facing Denver pretty soon anyway. We have a legit chance at this 3rd seed. We get matched up like a team like Utah or the Los Angeles Clippers. I still think we have a 50-50 chance to win a series like that. We beat Utah earlier this year without Jusuf Nurkic, and it was partly because Myers Leonard was drawing Rudy Gobert out of the paint. I know it's easy to think our season is over, but it's not, and these players need your support. These players need you to be loud at Moda Center when they come back from this 4-game road trip. These guys are going to keep grinding. These guys are going to keep working. And Damian Lillard, as one of, if not the best leader in the NBA, he's going to keep these guys focused, and he's going to get these guys through it. I know it's easy to be depressed. I've been depressed all day, But these guys, they're going to be all right this season. We still have a legit chance of making the second round, and anything we do is gravy. Anything we do is going to be special because of the adversity that we've faced to end the season. Another silver lining is it'll allow Zach Collins more minutes to develop. It'll help his development for his career. Remember when Wesley Matthews went down? Remember what CJ McCollum did in the playoffs? He had his breaking out party, and then the next year he was the most improved player in the NBA and averaged over 20 points per game after barely playing the year before. Wesley Matthews' injury sucked, but it paved the way for CJ McCollum to take that step towards being an all-star. And I'm not saying that I think Zach Collins is going to take a similar step where all of a sudden he's an all-star caliber big man, but this is definitely going to give him an opportunity to get some minutes, to get more playing time than he's probably ever seen in his entire career. And I think that his confidence and his development will be better off for it. And when Nurkic comes back next year, and Zach Collins is going to be a better player than he would have been if Nurkic did not get hurt. Nurkic comes back and returns to his old self, and Zach Collins' development is a little further along. It could possibly make our team better in the long run. That's just a silver lining. Perspective matters with this. I know that it's very tough to deal with, but I'm going to try and keep you guys uplifted. I'm going to try and keep you guys positive. I'm going to try and help this community through this because it's definitely very tough. Hopefully you guys stick with me and stay around for this content. I know that some fans have said things like, I can't with this team anymore. I'm too hurt. I'm too heartbroken. I'm done paying attention to the Blazers. But I'm still excited for the postseason. I'm still excited to see what Dame does in this position. I'm still excited to see what we do as the underdogs. We do really well as the underdogs. Damian Lillard loves that mentality. Now that's what we will be. And I'm very excited to see what we can do. As far as some basketball things with Nurkic out, I would like to see a very small lineup in certain spots with Al-Farouq Aminu at the center, Maurice Harkless at the power forward spot, and Rodney Hood at small forward. I really like that 5-man unit running the floor, and I think that's a pretty versatile defensive lineup. Could get out and trap, could do a lot of different things, and throw a lot of different looks at teams that they're not expecting, with Al-Farouq Aminu being a great perimeter defender playing the center position. Rebounding would definitely struggle, but Harkless and Aminu are very solid in that area. Damian Lillard can get rebounds for a point guard. I do like that lineup, but I would play Zach Collins over 30 minutes a game. Honestly, that's who I think should start. If he's able to get some of the easy buckets that Dame set up for Nurk, Zach Collins will be just fine. Offensively, he's been a little bit better lately. If he can play like he did at the start of the season, then he'll be huge for us. Defensively, I think we need him in the starting lineup to offset Dame and CJ, but this dude hasn't really started his entire career. He didn't start until his senior year because he was behind two very high-level big men in high school. He didn't start his year at Gonzaga. He hasn't started for the Blazers. I think this is the time to give him that opportunity. Say, we need you to step up. We have confidence in you. We're going to start you. If you make mistakes, that's fine. Here's 30 minutes a game. We think you can get the job done. I think that'd be huge for Zach Collins, Damian Lillard in his ear. Playing with better players will make Zach Collins look better. Defensively, I think he'd get a little bit more respect if he's playing a lot more and he's playing starters minutes. And especially in the playoffs when teams are allowed to be a little bit more physical, I think he'll be a little better in terms of not fouling as much. But honestly, I think they'll start Cantor, and offensively, it makes a lot of sense. There's not much of a drop-off. That defense is just going to struggle, but we definitely have some options. I do think Scalabissiere should get a shot. This dude has apparently been killing it in practice, and he's very skilled. And he honestly might be our best two-way big remaining. That sounds kind of crazy, but the dude can defend pretty well, and offensively, he's very inconsistent, but he has a lot of potential, and he's had stretches where he's played very good on both ends of the floor. Cantor, not a defender. Myers Leonard, not a defender, but both of those guys are great offensively, and then Collins is a defender first, kind of struggled offensively, so Scalabissiere might be our best two-way player. I definitely want to see that kid maybe get a shot. He's a guy that could possibly space the floor if he's hitting shots, which he has done at points in his career, and he's a guy that could protect the rim, and then on those short rolls that Nurkic would get, where he'd be shooting floaters from 5 to 15 feet, or shooting those mid-range jumpers, Scalabissiere is very, very good in that area, and that would suit the pick and roll with Damian Lillard. But we'll see what happens. For now, just stay tuned. I'd love to send some well wishes to Nurkic. Definitely sucks that that happened. I mean, I'd rather it be my leg than his, and I honestly mean that. But you know what happened? We still have a very, very good team, and I know Blazer fans will be behind them. So let's just see how the rest of the season plays out. I'm still pretty optimistic. I think you should be too. I hope this video was positive for you guys and maybe lifted your spirits a little bit. I've been talking to Blazer fans all day, and I know people are pretty upset about what happened, so hopefully I was able to help you out. So that's all I got for now, true Blazer fans. I hope you have a good rest of your week. This has been Tori. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Go Blazers. And most importantly, get well soon, Nurk.